Hey, it's Eddie G's Music World taking two. The volume didn't work on the first one. Geez, I've every once in a while I get stuck volume not working or not plugging something in correctly. I just, I do my best. It's Eddie G's Music World Live, and this is going to be my second try at explaining the Kinks song Lola. Okay, I'm just going to do a tiny little announcement for my millions of fans on Twitter, and we'll do it again. Okay, now this is a story. No, not of a man named Brady. It's a story, and it's a controversial song called Lola by the Kinks. Now, this was about a transvestite affair. Some of the song is fictional, and some of it is just added in by Ray Davies' creativity and writing abilities of storytelling and everything. So it's about a transvestite affair, like I said. The music itself was centered around entertaining his daughter Victoria, like the guitar strumming uh, part was that kind of that for that purpose to relax his daughter because he wasn't around his daughter. Maybe he was on tour or something, and the la la las were also meant to soothe his daughter, and that was part of the beginning part of the song. The story goes that it was like a male virgin's first night out, like a night out in Soho, old Soho. So he starts talking about old Soho, and then there's also a line in it about cherry cola. There was some controversy in English lore that you can't talk about different colas on their BBC, and maybe Coca-Cola was controversial because of cocaine sounds like cocaine, and then there was one time he changed it cherry cola, so there might be different versions out there in different countries. I think that's basically part of it. So the story goes he was somebody came up to him, a woman came up to him and wanted to dance with him, and he said no, but there was some story like somebody did dance with him, or he added this part in that when she held the man close, the guy could tell that it was a male holding a male because it was a bigger person, and the grip that this person had was more masculine than feminine. So that's where the transvestite connection starts to get. The theme starts to blend into the song. So um, that part might have been true. There was also what else is there? There was somebody named Danny LaRue, which somebody, I think Mick Avery, the drummer, said he knew of a Danny LaRue. The group might have frequented, or not frequented necessarily, but visited the odd the odd transvestite bar or strip bar or male hangout bar. And so that might have been part of the inspiration for the song Lola. I do remember when it came out, it was very controversial because there was not, it was kind of, you could tell there was not a typical love song that you would hear. And this song, maybe it became big despite it being very controversial. It became the number two hit in the UK and a number nine hit in the United States. It's funny because I've noted that Ray Davies, who's I guess the main guy in the band, I'm not sure how much his brother Dave is or the other members if they're around or not. He's been marketing many of the Kinks songs to be in commercials and movies. Obviously, it's quite lucrative for the Kinks and Ray because Ray wrote a lot of it, but other people did must have done some writing too. So he's been really selling a lot of these songs like tired of waiting all day and all the night and you really got me have all been they've all been in commercials of one type or another, so that's been pretty common, but I never have heard Lola in a commercial. Now that could be that maybe it was too controversial when it came out, or well, but right now a song about transvestites or gay themed would kind of be a little bit more accepted because society is a little more open. But then again, is there a product that you can connect to Lola? Maybe Cherry Cola, but I don't think any of these cola companies would want to have a song connected to a transvestite. They're not that open yet. And that brings me to a bit of a story. When I was 10 years old, there was a show and tell uh, task for class. My teacher was Mrs. Holtzman, and I didn't know what to bring in for show and tell. So what I did was somehow my sister suggested I bring in this song Lola by the Kinks. So being 10, I didn't really know what it was about at all. I liked the music, but I didn't really listen to the content of the story that Ray was obviously portraying. But the teacher obviously was older than me or my sister. My sister was 14. So she deduced that this was sexual in nature. And she said, "Why are you bringing this song in? Why would you do something like that? Like giving me hell for bringing the song in as a show and tell subject." Now, I felt guilty because I had no clue what the song was about, but she obviously felt that it was something I did on purpose to be mischievous, which kind of made a little sense because I had, I got into a little trouble here and there in school over the years. So, but anyway, it wasn't anything I did on purpose, and I told her and whatever. Then years later, around 2007, I did go to see Ray Davies play a solo show in Montreal, and he did a lot of unknown songs I didn't know, and then he threw in about 5 Kinks songs at the end. And as I do, I'm pretty outgoing. I went to the side of the building where the show was being held, and I waited for him with another 12, 15, 20 people. And when I did manage to get an autograph, I had to tell him the story about me using Lola for show and tell and how I got in trouble, blah, blah, blah. So he definitely went, "Oh, yeah?" And he had a nice big grin on his face, like he enjoyed the fact that, that I would have gotten in trouble for using his song, which obviously I wasn't telling him to make him feel bad. It was just an anecdote to get his reaction. I like getting rock stars to pay attention to me. I guess it's a little attention seeking part of my personality. And a little bit of another story, just not connected that much, but Genesis is on its way to Montreal, 22nd and 23rd of November. I have seen online clips of the show, and I haven't been disappointed terribly. But I also note that his sits in the chair, and his son Nick drums, who's he's pretty good. I mean, seems to know all the parts. And I wouldn't say Phil Collins' voice is at the very bottom of power, but it's somewhere in between 0 and 10, like about a 5. Now, having seen Phil Collins twice before, Genesis about 5 times before, I'm used to him belting out the songs and drumming. So I'm going to lose the drumming from Phil, and I'm also going to lose his strength of voice. And another thing I noticed, there's no question, I did notice this. His he has another singer like filling in the high notes of the songs that Genesis did, that the notes that he could hit in the past that he can no longer hit. And that's, I wouldn't say a terrible thing, but you know, they want anywhere from 3 to 400 for one ticket, and that's average seats. If you want VIPs where you get to to eat well and drink and all kinds of other frills, like a G note, $1,000. And since my only friend or two that likes music is broke, if I go with him, I have to lay out $400 for him. And this is just decent seats. It's not VIP. It's nothing. It's not the first 20 rows. It's just further back. So I'd be getting the music, but the lead singer and the one-time drummer would not be drumming and sings at half strength. So I'm doubting that I will go. If I do go, it'll be by myself, just for the hell of it, because I am a big fan of the group. So that's an update on the Genesis situation. Other than that, I don't think there is a major story out there for me to discuss. I do a little less shows than I used to. I did mention this on the show that that wasn't recorded properly. That I managed to get a 501 views when I did a explanation of the song "Creek Alley" by the Mamas and the Papas. I think what happens was people who typed in "Creek Alley" or "Mamas and the Papas" got the choice along the right side. Somehow it caught my title of Creek Alley and made it an option for people to click on, because I don't have anything close to the viewership or listenership, uh, nothing close to 501 views. So I'm trying it again, because what if I don't make any money and it doesn't cost me anything. And other than the odd stupid technical thing I do wrong, it's basically a fun thing to do. So if this is interesting, I mean, it was a big song, Lola by the Kinks. If you find it interesting to hear a breakdown of the group and my story about it, then go ahead and listen. It's Eddie G's Music World, October 4th, 2021. Signing off, wishing you all some time to listen to my show and other things. Comment. I get a very few comments, but if you want to, I'll be happy to comment back. I did get a few on the Mamas and Papas song. So thank you very much. Have a good rest of your Monday.